Even though we were not Irish, my mother used to make Irish soda bread every year for St. Patrick's Day. Grandpa continues my mother's tradition of making Irish soda bread since he likes to bake. It isn't St. Patrick's Day without corned beef and cabbage and Irish soda bread. 2 years ago I posted a video on how to make corned beef and cabbage. Now we are sharing how to make Irish soda bread. The ingredients are 4 cups all-purpose flour, 4 tablespoons white sugar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 tablespoon baking powder, a half a cup of butter softened, 1 cup buttermilk, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup butter melted, a 1/4 cup buttermilk.
The first step that I have to do to make the Irish soda bread is mix my 1/4 cup of buttermilk and my 1/4 cup of melted butter in a small bowl. I'll be using this to baste the soda bread after I make the dough, get it ready before I put it in the oven. Okay, looks good. I'm done mixing it up. Now I'm going to set this aside for later. We have our big bowl here. We're going to mix our dry ingredients into the bowl. First, I'm going to pour the flour, the sugar, the baking soda, baking powder, and give it a stir to combine all the dry ingredients. And then I'll be adding the egg, the butter, and the buttermilk. We do not use salt, but the recipe calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So if you'd like, you can add the salt, but we do not use salt in our baking or our cooking. Okay, I have it all mixed up. I'm going to add my egg. Add my softened butter to it. And break it up, mix it in. To form the dough. Butter has been mixed in there. Now I'm going to add the buttermilk. And mix it all up to form the dough. My dough looks like it's come together. I'm going to have to squeeze it with my hands. Get my board out so I can knead the dough a little bit before we make it into the round ball and put it in the oven. I'm preheating my oven to 375 degrees as I'm doing this mixing. Sprinkle a little flour on it. And then knead it for a few minutes. Here's my Irish dough bread. I had a little problem, so I had to go back and add 1 tablespoon of buttermilk to the dough to get it to the right consistency. It was a little bit too dry when I was mixing it up. So now that we got it made, we have to baste the roll with the melted butter and buttermilk. We're going to be doing this step, and then we're going to be doing it just before we finish baking at the 30-minute mark of our baking. We're going to baste it again while it's in the oven. And we have to put the cross, cut a cross into the dough so we get the baking done right. Put a poke here, 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 and here. Then we put it on our baking tray. Then we put it on our baking tray. Now we're going to put it in our 375 degree oven, and we're going to bake it for 45 to 50 minutes. At the 30-minute mark or 35-minute mark, we're going to baste it again. Here we've put it in our oven, ready to bake. We're at the 30-minute mark now, so now I have to put a final basting on our bread. Now we'll continue on till our bread is done. It's time to remove our Irish soda bread from the oven. There we are, little brown, but it looks good. Now we have to let it cool a little bit before we can give it a slice and see what it looks like. Here's our Irish soda bread out of the oven. Now we're going to flip it over and give it that pat test on the back to hear the sound. Sounds good. Sounds like it's done. Now we're going to cut our Irish soda bread. This is Grandma's piece. That looks like a nice Irish soda bread. Really cut nice. It looks nice. Looks nice on my plate. Now I can apply my butter. But I love this bread sliced and then toast it. And then put the butter on it. It really tastes great. Now I'm going to apply my butter to my bread. Like I said, I love this toasted, especially breakfast time. Or any time you could have it toasted, but in the morning, cup of coffee, toasted Irish soda bread, delicious.
How's it taste, Grandpa?
Tastes delicious, Ma. Came out nice.